Welcome to the Design Your Physician Life podcast, where you will get excited about being a physician, learn the tools that can help boost your success, and great tips from successful doctors. Join us to unlock the keys to an amazing physician life. And now, here's your host, Dr. Myrdalis Diaz-Ramirez.
Yesterday, I found myself laughing alone, celebrating the success of one of our fellow physicians. She had just won a real estate deal over the real estate mogul, Ken McElroy. It was for a project in Houston. And I wish I could say this physician entrepreneur was me, but it's not me. She's an incredible doctor who kept a 4.0 through medical school. She went on to become an awesome emergency room physician. She was even managing a helicopter service for the hospital at the time and was even featured in one of those ER TV shows. However, the workload increased to the point that she maybe would sleep 2 hours at night. And obviously, not long after that, she became burnout. But now she's able to care for patients in a more relaxed way. And she has been able to achieve financial independence through real estate. And she's winning deals to McElroy. And the reason I was laughing was because I just heard somebody implying that people who had great grades and went to professional schools couldn't really be real entrepreneurs. They were implying that people in that situation didn't know what losing was. And I'm sure this person truly has no clue about what it is to lose patient lives who are under your care. And they can die from preventable and non-preventable causes. To a physician, losing is really not an option. When it happens, it's devastating for all those involved. And then we have to deal with it and then move on right to the next patient and make sure that failure doesn't repeat itself. We are great at looking for options for the other patients and creating options where there's no options left. Sure, this is an example of why we can be great entrepreneurs, just like my ER physician friend. The challenge we have these days is how to practice for joy and not for need. And it turns out that we have found the powerful tool of entrepreneurship to help physicians take over control of their physician journey. This is why I created this podcast, the Design Your Physician Life podcast. We hope to bring you stories of physicians who have been successful right now. These days, 2022, when I recorded this first podcast, we'll give you tips about how you can be as successful as well as feel in control of your destiny. You can create, you can redesign or design your physician life at any stage. I'm Dr. Myrdalis Diaz-Ramirez, and I want to welcome you to my first episode of our podcast, Design Your Physician Life. Just so you get to know me, I'm a mom of a boy and a girl. They're right now teen twins at the moment of this recording. I've been married for many years to the love of my life, my husband, who I met in high school. So you can imagine, I went through my whole medical career, studying and everything with him. And he's been my partner in crime for all these years and also been part of all our businesses. I'm an interventional pain doctor, and I went through the residency in anesthesiology, then to my pain management fellowship. These days, I can say I truly enjoy helping fellow physicians who might feel overwhelmed, lost, and burnout on achieving control of their physician lives through our maxAllure Mastermind. This is a mastermind for physician entrepreneurs. It's an exclusive mastermind. We meet in small groups where we can help you learn techniques and guide your path so that you can develop a specific blueprint with specific plans in order to retain or regain control of your physician life. We use what we call the powerful tool of entrepreneurship to achieve this, and we bring you physician coaches who have been successful in the same processes. They coach you directly in small groups where we will be able to pay attention to your specific situation, and you will feel like the weight has been relieved. This is one of our coaches, the physician in this example above. But she's not the only one. I have to tell you more examples of our friends and previous members. In our group, we've had physicians who have been able to acquire extra daily and weekly time so that they can take care of their own families and businesses with just minor changes. We're very proud of that. We also have coaches and members of our group who have used different aspects of entrepreneurship to live happier lives. We have physicians taking control of their offices, developing real estate, beginning coaching programs, physical and digital products, investments. Maybe they have a physical facility they're developing. And we've had even physicians go viral on social media. Some of them have just started from the very basics of fixing their financial lives You name it. The transformation of these physicians and their families has been truly an honor to achieve and is priceless. Let's go back in time. I don't know if you remember your pediatrician. I remember mine. His name was Dr. Wasili Vicenti. When I would visit his office, I would feel welcome. He had all these wonderful murals on the walls with the story from the time you came to the office all the way to each exam room. And yes, in my time, it was the Flintstones. It's that little while ago. That was the theme on the walls. Now, looking back, I realized that he was truly a physician entrepreneur. To me, it seemed that he had happy personnel. He was in control and he managed the clinic. And by the way, it was really, really clean, pretty. Everything seemed seamless from my point of view. And I can tell you that I was a very seasoned 10 to 12-year-old who would go to this office and seek care. I have to tell you that I came from a very entrepreneurial family. I love the way my pediatrician treated me. So he had great bedside manners. I truly hated, I have to say, when he put his cold hands on my belly. But just looking back, he was really an awesome physician and entrepreneur. Now I can tell that he was truly practicing for joy and not for need. He had a partner in his business. His name was Dr. Toro. Dr. Toro was very, very loud. When he would come down the hallway, you could hear him speaking very loudly and everybody was laughing. Dr. Vicente was very soft-spoken, but such a gentleman. They made a great team, and you could tell from the front office and to the nurses they had, they were very happy working there. And those are the features that great entrepreneurs have. They are able to have great service for their clients. My friends and cousins would all go to that office, and later growing up and actually coming from Puerto Rico, where I'm from originally, to the US mainland, I found others who probably shared that lobby space with me. I've been doing medicine for over 25 years now. I graduated medicine in 1996. Then I went to my internship in anesthesiology, did my residency in anesthesiology. For my anesthesiology residency, I moved to Portland, Oregon, at Oregon Health and Science University. That was beautiful, beautiful place. I really was very fortunate to go there. After finishing my residency, I did my fellowship there as well in interventional pain management. So I've been really an interventional pain management now for over 20 years, practicing in Florida, closer to home. I've been very fortunate to have a great career. I have been able to manage different pain clinics and create clinics, and even successfully sold my own pain clinics. I won prizes like the Centers of Excellence from the American Pain Society. That was really a great achievement and success. I'm very proud of that team that was able to lead our clinic to that prize. Those achievements, as you know, they don't happen with just doing them alone. I've had great mentors, great team members, and I've had coaching. And this is what we want to do for you. We want to bring coaching and mentorship through this podcast so that you know that you're not alone. As a physician, you have to understand that there's many, many options for you, and you can advance on your physician life regardless of how many years ago you graduated. So it's been over 25 years since my med school graduation. I do have to say that during the last 25 years, I have truly witnessed many changes in patient access, healthcare processes, and the well-being of our physicians has rapidly declined. We hear more and more about physicians looking to quit because of unhappiness. And this feeling doesn't seem to be the same that probably my pediatrician was feeling when he was taking care of me. There has been a shift from physician-owned practices to administrator-owned practices. Maybe there was a thought of having the best intentions, like creating systems to improve things. But when these systems were created, modern medical systems became just often too complicated to navigate, and they are definitely low in efficiency. This can lead to frustration for the physician and everybody else involved, especially our patients. At the same time, excellence is required from the physicians who keep losing control over their patient care. And I have to tell you, I've talked to other physicians, and yes, at the end of the day, being a physician is having a job. However, for most of us, it's truly a job of love. But the responsibility of this job and the energy that you have to have is the same from the first minute that you come through the door until the last very minute before you leave through the door again. And even more for those of us who take call 24 hours a day. And also the energy has to be the same. Doesn't matter if you just graduated from medicine or if you're 30 years out from your graduation. The good thing for you is that through entrepreneurship, we have found a way where you can truly practice for joy and not for need. Like the first physician in our example, she's being able to practice lifestyle medicine on her own terms, and she's helping many patients with her knowledge. If there's one thing that we have learned in medicine as physicians, just taking care of life every day, is that we truly don't know when life is going to end. How would you feel like if you live your life under your terms? What would it look like? Would you want to say, like the song says, I did it all? Or do you want just to keep wondering if there's something better than what you have right now? Because after many years, all the financial, social, and mental sacrifices you have made, you want to make sure that you feel like you've accomplished something good for yourself and the ones that surround you. For me, being a physician is one of the best things one can ever do. In my case, I've gotten to meet so many wonderful people and help so many patients. I'm truly happy that I have done that. But it wasn't always roses, right? Like we went through all that training and all those tests. And it was like what we could, let's call it these days, maybe a worthy challenge. I also went through burnout and more than once. But because I was able to come out of it, now I can tell you how we did it. And how we did it is the word we, right? It was a team effort. Let me just give you a powerful exercise for you to start designing your physician life today, right now. Pause this podcast and go and get your preferred method to write. Look for a pencil or a pen. I don't know if you want to do it on your cell phone or computer, whatever you want to do. But it's best if you write it down because that will help you visualize and make the transition happen. I'll wait. I'll be here after you press play again. Now, let's wait. Tick, tick, tick. Do you have it? Well, now that you have something to write, let's define where you are in life. If possible, let's start this. Just take whatever it is that you decided to write on and try to make 3 columns. Okay, we're going to do 3 columns. So let's start with the first column. The first column will be your current state. So we're going to write down, or you're going to write down the most detail that you can. 1 item per line in this column of your current status. So you're going to start at the top. You can do it in any order that you want, and you can always add things later. So let's start from where you're physically. Even start like from the city and state where you're living, the home where you live, which type of home it is, the building where you work, the streets that you have to navigate for your commute, your workplace, your family situation, life with your partner, if you have any. Or if you don't, then right, I don't have a partner. Your life or relationship with any family members, relationship with your friends, with yourself, your current hobbies, how much you sleep and exercise, your relationship with your boss if you have one, your relationship with your patients. Are your patients happy about the service that you're giving them right now? Do you feel like you're able to give them the service that you want to provide them? Write all those things down, 1 per line. Write also the state of your business if you have one, or it may be if you have a current idea for a business and you just haven't started. Write how you feel about your time for yourself and for others. These are just the facts of your life. We're just stating the facts of your lives and your feelings about the way you see where you are right now as a physician, as part of your physician life in your journey at this very moment. Take all the time you can to do this part. You can rewind and see, take more ideas, things that I didn't mention here, but just be as detailed as you can. Define your state. Define your current situation. Now, if you're satisfied with what you wrote, then let's move to the column beside each item. So now we're going to write what you would like that item to be. What do you want your life to be? Don't be vague. Be very specific about what you want your life to be. So remember that we wrote maybe about how your current home is. Do you have a dream home? Maybe you have a dream for your partner with you. Maybe you have a dream of how much sleep actually you want to be sleeping, how many hours, what you want to do for exercising. So you have your first column, your current state, and your second column is what you want your life to look like. Be detailed, be precise, and see it, imagine it, feel it as if it was already happening to you. Don't be scared to dream. Just put it the same way that you think it should happen for you. Now that you've done these two things, we have the first column where it's the list of the things that describe where you are right now, your state. We're going to then have the second column that you just finished as well, where you would like to be. We're going to write a third column. By each item, you're going to write why you want your life to be like that. Is there a contribution you want to make? Is there a particular goal that you want to have? And there's a reason behind that, something very passionate, something for you that means something that you learned from someone, an example you want to follow, maybe something you learned when you were growing up or later in your life. We know that once you have your why defined, it's going to be so much easier to get our how. So define your why you want to do this, why you want to get there. Part of the planning, part of the designing starts with you defining exactly who you are right now, who you want to be, and why you want to do that. And then it's going to be so much easier to define the gap between those two places and build the bridge of possibility. Now it's really time to stop dreaming and desiring. Be ready to take action. Subscribe to this podcast. Have your partner join us as you learn from our coaches, our mastermind members, our friends, and many other physician entrepreneurs who are already living the life of their dream. Be ready to design your physician life with us. Please visit our website at www.maxallure.com. That's MAXALLURE. And remember, the best things happen in good company. Share this podcast and our website. Have a great day.
Please remember, you're not providing specific financial, medical, or career advice. Our only intent is to stimulate your appetite for growth by sharing our experience and those of our speakers, coaches, and guests. Your personal growth and success will be unique to your circumstances and your hard work. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you next week.